What's the craziest thing you've seen in real life? That's a good question. Oh, dude, you know what's actually the craziest thing I've seen? Okay, this is crazy. So you guys know the Lionsgate Bridge, calm, that we say in GTA when we're doing the manhunts, which is it's the big bridge that goes over the entrance to LSIA and it goes down to Elysian. So the Lionsgate Bridge, for those of you that don't know, is a real bridge in real life in Vancouver, British Columbia, which I'm from BC. I live very near Vancouver. Anyways, so hang on. I might have to stand up to tell this. So I'm like 8 or 9 at the time when this happened, right? So there's the Vancouver Aquarium, and it's in this place called Stanley Park, which is on the other side of the Lionsgate Bridge, right? So anyway, I was like 8 or 9. I was at the aquarium with my mom and my grandma, and so anyway, we're at the aquarium, seeing examining the fish and shit like that, as you do, aquariums, just aquarium things, and so we're there, fish, stuff like that, and anyway, fast forward, we're leaving the Lionsgate Bridge, or I mean, we're leaving the aquarium. And to get back home, we need to go across the Lionsgate Bridge. And so anyway, we merge onto the it's called the causeway, which leads to the Lionsgate Bridge. And then you go across the water and shit. Anyway, you can look up the Lionsgate Bridge right now if you're interested to get a more of a perspective on this. But anyways, so we're merging on, and then all of a sudden there's all this traffic randomly, but the middle lane is open. And so the Lionsgate Bridge and the causeway works where it's 3 lanes, but it's adjustable, so they can open up or shut down the middle lane, and they can also open up the middle lane for like going this way, but they can shut it down for going this way, so it's 1 lane and 2 lanes, and then they can swap it if they need to, or they can close it down for like a emergency vehicle to get through. Anyways, it's closed, and nobody's like, the traffic's going like very, very slow, right? It starts to move a little bit, but anyway, we're going, and actually it would be crazy if somebody else knows about this, or if somebody can link me to something if there's any info about this. But anyways, so anyway, we start cruising. We're in my mom's PT Cruiser, Chrysler PT Cruiser, just a beast mode car. Anyways, sick. So we're going, and we're like coming up, and like all the cars are like starting to get into the right lane as we get on, further onto the bridge. And right at the top of the bridge, like the bridge peaks like it does in GTA, right? It's like a suspension or whatever, that type of bridge. The bridge that is in the right there on screen right now. Yeah, that one. That type of, shit. Anyway, we're going, and we get there, and there's I believe it was a Porsche and a Mercedes stopped in the middle of the Lionsgate Bridge right there. And there's 2 dudes shirtless, and they're having a fist fight in the middle of the fucking Lionsgate Bridge in Vancouver. It was fucking insane. And I'm not making this up. I swear, I pray that somebody else can confirm this in chat if you're from Vancouver, or if you've seen the story or like something like that. I've actually never looked into it, but it happened, dude. It was fucking crazy. 2 dudes fucking squared up, just beating the shit out of each other. And I literally, when we were driving by, I saw like the one motherfucker got hit in the face and his sunglasses came flying off. Like, it was fucking insane, dude. It was insane. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. That is actually, I think that's actually the craziest thing I've ever seen. Just like, what the fuck? Imagine if you live in a city, imagine 2 dudes aura farming, top span of the bridge, middle of traffic on a fucking Saturday, just fucking aura farming, fist fighting each other on the bridge. Like, what? Like, who does that? But those guys, low-key sick. That's some GTA shit. You know what I mean? Like, actually crazy. So, like, I don't know, it's insane. But the fact that they were obviously 2 dudes that, like, had a little bit of money, because one was in a Porsche, and the other guy, I think it was a Mercedes, it might have been a BMW, but it doesn't matter. But it was like a 911. Like, it wasn't no Macan or like some shit like that. It was a 911 at the time. So, like, fucking insane. But yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. That was the craziest thing I've ever seen. I think it was actually, yeah, it's like a Vancouver, Florida story. There's another time where I remember I was young as hell. I barely remember this. I was like maybe 5 or 6, and there's this dude. We used to have a Burger King in the town where I live, and bro was at Burger King, and they were building this like strip mall like in the town, like right beside the highway, and bro was in like an Escalator, like a Suburban, like one of the really big, like bubbly ones, you know. I think it was black. I'm pretty sure I remember it being black, and he drove out of the Burger King parking lot and jumped over like the median, and then just like straight up went through the highway in the middle of the highway traffic, drove into the construction site where they were building this mall, and was just driving through the shit at like Mach Jesus. It was insane, dude. It was crazy. I remember some really random old shit like that, you know? Like it was crazy. It was actually insane, but yeah. Grown up people not being able to control their emotions in traffic is the cringiest thing ever. No, oh god. Actually, there is the other morning I went to go and get breakfast, and I pulled up to this intersection like near where I live, and they had like the road shut down, and there's a flagger dude standing there, and there's a car here, and then there's me, and then the road in front was shut down, and flagger dude is off to my left. And so he's got the stop sign on stop for this dude. He flips it to slow. The guy like kind of really like slowly like starts going because I think he was confused. Anyway, he goes. Then there's another car on my right, and he's like trying to turn left. But then there's also pedestrians like crossing right there. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna kill them. You know, I'm gonna wait. Bro behind me just starts fucking honking. Like a motherfucker. Like he was pressed, clearly. And I'm like, what? Like, what? Did you want me to crash into the car, or did you want me to kill all the civilians on the side of the road? What do you have a preference? Or did you like, motherfuckers behind you honking when they don't see the pedestrian that you're stopped for is the most annoying shit. It happened to me a couple years ago as well. There's this kid, and he was crossing like from the highway in front of me. I'm waiting and people love to honk if you're like in a merge lane slow here. But anyway, I'm stopped there waiting for this kid to cross. Bro just starts honking behind. I was just like, what the fuck are you doing? I was in my Toyota though, and my 4Runner, the back window goes down, and so I remember dropping the back window and literally just turning around and fucking like this, like. Out the back window, and then I pointed at the fucking kid that was like on the, like, you know, crossing. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Idiots, man. This guy can just talk, man. I love it. It's my favorite HarmNone content is currently the streams because they're so funny and random.